Hey everybody, welcome to another bonus episode. This is Reservations. I'm Jeremy Blair.
And I'm Rain Whalen.
Bonus episode that we've had to do fucking twice. This is the second time we've had to do this.
A little inside baseball. This is the second recording.
A little behind the scenes. Little BTS.
No, don't say that. They'll burst into the door.
No!
I've never heard a single BTS song.
Me either, but there's like fucking 20 of them. They're like Wu-Tang. There's so many of them.
Just compared one of the greatest rap groups ever.
You're right. I love Wu-Tang so much. Everybody knows I love Wu-Tang. But yeah, I mean, there's something. But I'm so upset. Number one, that I have to rehash my feelings for these films.
But don't you like that at the same time that you get to actually once again say how much you hate?
Yeah,
these three movies.
That's true.
And I get to be a little bit more. I get to add one instead of kind of pussyfooting around.
Right. Well, I'm also going to be a little nicer to the middle one, I think.
That one.
I'm going to be a little nicer, I think. Yeah, it'll be fine. So anyway, for those who don't know, we are discussing movies we hate.
Yes.
In this episode.
Yes, we once talked about movies we love that everyone else hates, but these are movies that we hate. Which, like, hate's a strong word for me. Like, if I didn't like a movie, I just won't watch it. But there are a few. There's a few out there that I...
Yeah, just like today, I was kind of thinking maybe I could, like, pick another one, right?
Right.
To make it fresh for me, Right.
But you just couldn't.
Well, it's like, I want to pick ones that made me mad, right?
That's true.
Ones that make me mad. Fair. Those are the ones that I hate. Yeah. Because I got angry. You know what I mean? Like... The middle one, Snowman. It didn't make me angry. I was just really disappointed. Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Which cuts so much deeper.
I mean, first cup is the deepest. Baby, I know. So let's go ahead and get started.
So, Jeremy, I will let you start.
Okay.
Again. Even though I know the order.
Yeah. First up, man, it's James Cameron's Avatar. God, I hate this movie so much.
Yeah, I
hate it because it's pretentious. And,
coming from the guy who made us do an episode over Mother.
Yeah. Which I said. That movie's pretentious too, but
this is a new level of pretentious.
This is a level of pretension that comes from taking story that isn't yours, right? This is taking from...
Fern Gully.
I mean, essentially. I'm thinking... He may not know what Fern Gully is, which would be impossible because it's so similar.
Could you imagine if Cameron had never seen Fern Gully?
It wouldn't surprise me, right? Because
did he write Avatar? I just know he directed it, and I know that was the big fucking thing. Like, James Cameron's directing this movie. But if he wrote it and no one fucking told him, like, hey, James, this is like Fern Gully. This is exactly Fern Gully. This is shot for shot Fern Gully. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What's Fern Gully? And they're like, oh my God.
But really, I mean, there's no way he's never seen Dance with Wolves. There's no way he's never seen Pocahontas. Or at least heard of Pocahontas, right? And A New World, if we want to talk about, different adaptations.
Shout out to Terrence Malick.
Yeah, Terrence Malick, right? Like, he seems like the type, right, to see those movies.
Yeah, Cameron, he doesn't seem like the type who wouldn't watch other people's movies.
I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of Fern Gully. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's not an issue for me. It's too much like Fern Gully for me to be like, maybe he's seen it, The
only difference, instead of having the main character shrink down to size, he just uploads his consciousness into a blue body.
Yeah, a big old blue body.
Blue body.
They're like 7 feet tall or whatever. I have seen the movie once, by the way. So this is coming from, how old is this movie?
Almost 20 years?
No, not 20.
15? I don't fucking know.
2009, I think.
11. No, 13.
Okay. So this is 13 years of hatred. One time. I've seen it once. And I guess maybe I should watch it again. Dad and I have this thing.
You want to borrow my 3-hour-long director's cut?
Never. See,
where you actually have to take the disc out and then put the next disc in, and then you have to tell it continue with director's cut, or you can switch it to like a different cut of the movie.
DVDs have more storage than that.
But that's a DVD. That mine's a DVD.
That's so weird.
I know.
That's so weird.
Just go to Disney Plus and watch it.
Whatever. I'm not going to. And that's the problem. Because Dad and I have this thing where we bond over hating Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
How dare you, sir?
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay? And this is... I'm getting into Avatar, but I've even mentioned it to him. Like, if we were to watch it again, we may like it.
What, Hitchhikers?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
If we were to... But we never will. Because we've hated it for too long. It's too late. You know? I'm not saying I'd like Avatar again, because I don't think I would if I watch it again. I'm not saying I would. I honestly don't think so. That hatred runs real deep. Hitchhikers is... We even say the movie that shall not be named. Like, we're so silly. But, like... We acknowledge that we would maybe be nicer and give it a favorable review if we watched it again, but it's just too late. We're too far gone.
I don't know, man.
This one, just seeing it once, I think I got a good grasp on it.
Well, and you're like, so I enjoyed the movie. I mean,
I have not even touched on one at all.
It's not like the best movie I've ever seen. Like, I appreciate for what James Cameron was trying to do with this. Like, nothing had been done at this level. And that's what I appreciate for it. And I said this in the first recording.
Right.
I just don't like what came out of Avatar is all the money. And, like, you know, this was at the time the biggest movie, you know, ever made. And this biggest, you know, box office numbers. And because of that, Cameron's now going to make 4 fucking sequels. And it's not about... He claims it's about boundary pushing, but we all know it's a money grab.
It's a money grab. You know, it's also, you know, prestige. He's trying to get, you know, I'm sure Endgame. Was it Endgame that knocked it off?
Yeah, Endgame knocked it off, and then somehow Avatar came back and beat it. I don't know how the fuck that happened. No idea.
He probably fucking put it back in theaters.
For like, well, that's what Disney did with Endgame. Remember, they briefly, for like a 2-week window, they put it back out in theaters with like extra 30 minutes.
See, but to me, Disney is like sort of faceless, and like it's not even... I can't put a person to it, right?
Uh-huh.
I can put a person
to James Cameron.
He's one person, and so I can put sort of this you know type of greed and stuff to this person, and pretentiousness, and just overall cockiness to one person.
Yeah.
And I will, and I do, and that's what I'm doing. It's when he put Titanic back in theaters, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was such bullshit. His thing about the Titanic, by the way, that's a whole other thing. Haley and I watched this thing on Disney Plus. I know we talked about it. They don't know this, but we talked about it in the other recording. But he did this thing where he was trying to figure out,
with today's technology.
Yeah, with today's technology,
today being subjective,
that he got the break correctly in the ship itself, right? Mm-hmm. And who fucking cares, right? Number one. But number two, it was a lot of back patting. Like patting himself on the back right there.
Yeah,
it's a lot of this.
Okay, like...
It's a lot of jerking himself off. That's what he's doing.
Like, sidebar, like, wanting to know how the Titanic actually broke is very interesting, because the two halves of the ship are, like, miles apart. So, like... Cool. If he just wanted to know maybe how it could have happened.
Miles apart? I don't think that's true. But
I'm pretty sure they're whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of back pat. Like,
it's a lot of patting yourself on the back.
Like, look, he had Bill Paxton in the movie explain it perfectly how the break happened. Good enough for me.
I don't care. You know what? I'm never going to be like, I wonder if that was true. Who cares?
R.I.P. to Bill Paxton, by the way.
R.I.P. to Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton's an actually good filmmaker. Now, I should say, okay, I don't want to just be like, I hate all of James Cameron stuff.
No,
I don't.
Because he gave us T2.
He gave us T2 to give us Aliens.
Yeah.
Okay? Those movies are fucking rad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like, you watch the first Terminator, and you're like, all right, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Then you get to T2, and you're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
It's so good. And then, you know, Alien is amazing, right?
Yeah,
how
Ridley Scott. Yeah, how Ridley Scott already set that bar pretty high. And then Cameron came in and was like, hey, buddy, I'm going to set that even higher now.
Because what Cameron did, to his credit, he said, we can't do a horror movie because we've already seen it, right? The whole point of Alien being a horror movie was, what is this thing? What does it look like? What is it doing? Now you got to make it an action movie, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He switched the genres, but keeping it's amazing, right?
Yeah,
it's
man.
such a good idea for a sequel that was predicated on, the original was predicated on seeing it will ruin it, right? Or seeing it will no longer, it will no longer make you scared, right?
It's like Spielberg and Jaws.
It's like Spielberg and exactly. So making it into an action movie and creating this, this expansion of this world, brilliant.
Right.
Love it.
And then he decided, hey, I'm going to make a movie with the papyrus font about blue people and environmentalism.
Oh, is it about the environment? I
Wait.
had no idea. Jesus Christ.
And, and it had so many great actors and actresses in it. Sigourney Weaver, Giovanni Ribisi, Stephen, can't think of his last name.
Sure.
Then you got Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
But, man.
Zoe Saldana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big fan of the actors and everybody in it. But it's just the movie's so bad. And it's as long as shit.
Especially the 3-hour-long director's cut.
Would never in a million years, man. And it's not even, length is not the problem. You know?
I mean,
because I've sat through movies longer than that. It's the fact that this movie is 3 hours long I can't handle.
Do you feel like the director's cut should have been much shorter?
Yeah, the director's cut is slicing off. How long is do you know how long the other one is?
I think it's like 2 1/4.
Okay, so slicing off 2 hours would have been perfect.
So just a 30-minute movie? Yeah. Blue people, environment. We won the war. Everyone leave the planet.
Mining bad. Whatever. Who cares? Industrial bad. Environment good. Blue people are Native Americans, and then it's like I got it. It's a movie I can't stand, and a lot of it is just because it's a story I've heard a million times.
Yeah, I mean, well, and like, had he done something maybe a little bit different with it, do you think maybe it would have?
Yes, I think that would have been
like I don't think it was wrong of him to take the environmental approach, but maybe do it a different way. Do you think maybe you might have liked it a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's probably my main problem with it. And then now he's a fucking genius. Fuck you. No, he's not. All right. I think, and again, that's one of the reasons I hate it is so many people like it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I'm seeing right through this thing, Mm-hmm. And it's like, you guys aren't, or maybe they're just not assholes. Maybe I'm an asshole and I can't look past it and I can't just sit in and enjoy it, which may also be true, but I'm not going to change. So I'm not going to change my ways. Avatar sucks. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a good segue into my one, and this is a new one.
Oh, a new one. Oh,
that's this one universally no one liked, and the reason why I am choosing this one is because I defend this franchise, I guess, mainly the first two. More so the first one. Mm-hmm. But this one is just, it just took everything that was being built up and just shat on it. And that's The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, look, I love the 1999 Mummy movie.
A lot of people do.
It's great. I love Brendan Fraser because that's when he's like at the pinnacle of his powers.
Yes.
My man's got that jaw that could cut glass.
I'm a big fan of Brendan Fraser.
Then they did The Mummy Returns, which was, I didn't see it. It was okay. That was The Rock's first like big movie.
That I remember.
And then they CGI'd him in the third act.
Yeah, I saw that. That I've seen.
Doesn't look good. Did you know he's trying to reboot that?
The Scorpion King?
The Scorpion King. As an executive producer. And I'm like, no, dude, if you're going to reboot it, be in it.
Oh, he's not going to be in it?
Nah, at least I don't think so. I don't know. But then they made this one. And like, I remember going to the when it was Hollywood theaters. I remember going there. I think I was seeing a movie with a friend of mine, and
was it me?
This would have been like 2000. That movie came out in 2008. So I don't think we
knew each other, though.
Did we know each other? Yeah. I don't think it was you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I was going to see a movie with someone, and I remember seeing the poster there in the coming attractions, and I was like, what? A third Mummy movie? And I was so excited.
That's how they get you.
And it's just not good, man. I even was rewatching it relative to this recording. I was rewatching it to make sure, like, okay, do I really hate this movie?
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah.
Because it's so dumb. And it's way too convoluted. Like, I mean, all three, let's be honest, all three are kind of convoluted in plot and, like, why characters have certain... why certain characters want to do certain things.
Sure.
But this one is overly convoluted.
Yeah, I've seen the first one, and I think it's okay.
I
love it. I think that it's fine.
I think
whatever to me.
Well, and you said it perfectly right before we started recording. Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser's chemistry is just, it's perfect.
And Rachel Weisz is great, man.
Yeah, and
not to say Maria Bello sucks. I'm a big fan of Maria Bello.
Yeah, she's great, but she and Brendan don't have that kind of chemistry. They're not really, and especially I just recently actually watched a video where someone talked about how Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was like they were trying to make Evie and Rick more of like the old married couple, even though they've probably only been married for maybe 10 years.
Yeah,
like they're not the old married couple. But then like Brendan Fraser's supposed to be, you know, a dad to this 18-year-old kid who's supposed to, you know, and Rick O'Connell's supposed to be older, but Brendan doesn't look that old, you know? And like the movie is just so...
Your belief wasn't suspended.
No, it wasn't. And of course, and also this movie almost killed Brendan, you know? He said, I was held together by glue and duct tape by the end of it.
Yeah.
And like, that ain't cool, man. Don't do that to the phrase, man.
So like that's funny. I've seen moments and bits of Maria Bello in this movie, and I don't like it. Now, why they just didn't decide to write her out of it, the character out of it, I don't understand.
I think it's because
I always think that's a better option than getting someone else
than like recasting.
Yeah.
I think it's because what they established with The Mummy Returns is Rick and Evie are a package deal. Like if you're not gonna have Rick or Evie, then like I don't know,
don't have her die. Kill her off.
They technically did kill her in The Mummy Returns, but then they brought her back to life.
Ugh.
Because, you know, they had the Book of the Living. No, the Book of the... I don't fucking remember. Because they don't even follow their own rules in the second one. But the third one, like the writing is really, really bad. They underuse Jet Li as the villain. And Jet Li plays a really good villain. But they underuse him because he's CGI'd most of the movie until like the last 30 minutes. And then it's Jet Li again. It's just... And like... I wanted to appreciate how they were trying to tell the story of how the terracotta soldiers in China were, you know, maybe created by adding some sort of mythology behind it. But it was just unnecessary. And then I was kind of curious who directed this movie. And the guy who directed this movie directed the movie that has spawned a million movies. He did the very first The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, is that true?
So thanks to that asshole, we have 20 million of those movies.
That's a lot. Yeah.
He also did Triple X.
Oh, nice. I've seen that one.
Now, granted, I love Triple X. But I was like, come on, man. And it's just not good. And that's, I think, why I don't like it, is it's not good because I loved the first one.
Yeah.
First one's great.
Yeah.
Second one's okay.
You were also excited about it. And that makes a world of difference. Being excited for something and being really let down.
Yeah, because I remember the poster. It kind of had, like, it was kind of reminiscent. Maybe Future Rain will find that poster. It was kind of reminiscent of the very first Mummy poster. And it said, you know, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, Brendan Fraser, Jet Li. And I was like, oh my God, those two together? Like, what? And then I saw it and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, the comedy is really forced. Like, it's not, as I was kind of telling you about How I Met Your Father versus How I Met Your Mother, the comedy is very forced in Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, as where in the very first Mummy is very natural, especially because Brendan Fraser is such a damn good physical comedian. Like, his physical comedy is awesome. And in this one, they're like, hey, like, wouldn't it be kind of funny if Rick O'Connell's trying to learn how to fly fish, but then he gives up halfway through and shoots the fish? Wouldn't that be so funny? Like, that's
classic Rick O'Connell, you guys.
Exactly. And it's
that's funny.
And I have the 3-pack collection.
I'm looking.
And the only reason why I got that is because I liked the slip art work for it. Because I really only wanted it for the first one, but you can't find the first one without the other two.
That's a shame. You can't get the one on its own?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they actually did do it. But at the time, that was the only way I could get it.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, man, it's just a letdown, dude. And then like, sorry, we'll move on to your next movie. But
it's fine. Take your time.
But like, so in The Mummy Returns, they introduce the character of Alex, which is Evie and Rick's son. And in this movie, he's, like almost 20 or however old he's supposed to be. So in The Mummy Returns, he's a little British boy because they live in London and Evie's British. In this one, somehow Alex has an American accent, even though they've continued to live in London. So he is unexplainably American all of a sudden.
Like, they didn't even try to explain why he has an American accent?
Nope. Okay. They just moved on. Like, like when he, runs into his parents, like one of those whole things. Where, because like Alex is in China and his parents don't know he dropped out of college and so they just happen to be at China at the same time. It's so dumb. Anyway,
that's dull.
They're just like, Alex, what are you doing here? And it's just, and then like fucking Yetis in it. It's dumb.
Yetis.
It's terrible CGI. Like okay, man, like the CGI in the 99
is better.
Yeah. Which makes no fucking sense.
They cared more.
Probably. That's probably it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at your thing right now because maybe there's a movie you have that I hate.
Well, I know there's a few.
Well, like I've said before, I'm not doing, Wes Anderson stuff because, like I've said before, it's not that I hate it. It's just not for me. I can appreciate things about it, because I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like,
you want to be that guy?
Hating on shit just to hate. You know what I mean? Like, I have reasons for my hatred. Like it comes from my heart.
Yeah.
Like mi corazón.
Pero. That's mi corazón. All right, buddy. Well, so do you see any over there, or do you just want to go into your next movie?
Yeah, I'll just do my next one.
Okay.
I can't see any that I hate. I mean, there are some I don't like. That is 100% sure. But they're, nothing that I just am angry about, because that's part of it.
Not The Great Gatsby?
No, because where I did not like that movie, it's not the movie's fault. It's the story I don't like. You know what I mean? I don't like the other one either, the Robert Redford one. It's just because I don't like the story. I think the story is bullshit. We talked about that.
Shout out to our Great Gatsby episode.
Go watch that if you want to watch me get super fired up about fucking Buchanan going, oh, is that your house? And like, you're just fucking there, dude. Like, yeah, that's his house. Right? Buchanan? Is that right?
Yeah. Tom Buchanan.
Yeah, Buchanan's like, Gatsby's like, oh, that's my house across the lake. It's like, oh, no shit. He goes, yeah, dude, you were there yesterday.
Yeah, you were at a party. Sorry, everyone. That's my dad.
That makes me super angry. Anyway.
So your second movie.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to skip.
You going to skip that one?
I'm going to skip it and go straight into the last one because...
Let's do it.
Because, I'm fired up.
You're fired up?
Yeah, I might as well just stay fired up, I guess. So this one I watched at work. And again, I was intrigued. Now, I didn't think I was going to like it. That was not part of this. I knew it was going to be fine at best, right? But it made me so mad. because I know there are other movies out there or other people trying to make movies. I think that's probably what makes me so angry is I know there are much more talented people out there that are trying to make their movies, and this one got made instead. It's old. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Old. So this movie is bad. But it's bad in a very unique way that it's M. Night used to be so good.
Yeah, shout out to Unbreakable and Split.
Sixth Sense.
And
The Village is good.
Signs.
Now, yes. Now, The Village, that's controversial to say, but it is good.
Yeah, The Village is...
It's a great concept. I like the idea of it. But this one, it's like... he's just given up, man. He's given up completely on writing for sure. Because...
Well, you got to think, man. Right before he did this, he did Glass, which should have been... That Glass should have been the coup de grace of the pinnacle of his filmmaking career.
Yeah.
Because he set it up perfectly with Split.
He did.
Set it up perfectly. This is all taking place in the Unbreakable universe. This is a comic book trilogy that you didn't even know it was a comic book trilogy. And then it just shat the bed.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
But would you say Old is worse?
Yes. Old's a million times worse. So, okay. It is not... it's not his intellectual property. It is something that exists already.
No, I knew that. It's a French graphic novel.
Sure.
No, it is.
Sure. That's probably right. So the characters, if you want to call them that, are as one-dimensional as you can get. Okay? Mm-hmm. So Gael Garcia Bernal. Okay, shout out to Amos Perros.
Shout out to Mozart in the Jungle.
Shout out to Y Tu Mami También. All right? And Motorcycle Diaries and The Science of Sleep and blah, blah, blah. Okay.
He's also in Coco. Yes.
So, I love Gael Garcia Bernal, and I'm just so disappointed that he's in this. And I just feel bad for him, if I'm being honest. He works like for like insurance, and he does statistical analysis, right?
Uh-huh.
Dude, you haven't seen it, right?
No, because when I saw the pitch meeting and the Honest trailer for it, I was like, oh, this is dumb.
So, like, what he says, he goes, you are something percent more likely to something, blah, blah, blah. That is his identity. His identity is his occupation. And that is sort of, if you think someone's identity is their occupation, you're going to love this movie. Because everyone's occupation is their identity in this movie. It's insane.
Yeah, because I know their son will be like, what's your name and occupation?
Yes, that's how we are introduced to people. That is his son's quirk, or they're both their kids, right? He runs up to people, what's your name and occupation? You know, and they'll give you their name and their occupation, and that is their identity. You know, okay, so that drove me fucking crazy. I couldn't believe it. It's like the most laziest way to write exposition through dialogue.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like you think you're being clever because you're making it like his autism quirk or whatever the bullshit, but it's stupid. And he's not even autistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at least make him autistic.
Yeah, and then you have Alex Wolff play the son. Oh, yeah, we should mention that they're on the beach that ages them.
Yeah, they're on a beach. They age rapidly. Who fucking cares? So, oh, and shout out to Rufus from Dark City. He's in it as well.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to our Dark City episode.
Yeah, which is much better than this. He's racist in this movie, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, because I remember, I think it was the pitch meeting where they talk about how he says something to the rapper.
Mid-sized sedan,
and
oh my God, it's so like fucking goofy.
Very racist.
It is very racist. And, okay, so I don't know if M. Night is racist. I don't want to make rumors, okay?
I don't think he would be.
No.
I mean, he probably learned some things from Mel Gibson. That's all I'm saying. When he did Signs.
Okay, so he's not racist, I don't think. But
I don't think he is. I mean, why would he be? But anyway.
Well, here's how I know he's not. Because he makes this guy... He makes this guy super one-dimensional, which I guess racists are, kind of, but still, right? Uh-huh. It's not done naturally, right? In a way, like it's just super heavy-handed.
I was about to say it's overly.
Yeah, it's super heavy-handed. Mid-sized sedan and the other black woman who's on the beach make a black don't crack joke, you know, because they're not aging as rapidly as or don't seem to be. aging, and they're like, I bet you they wish they were black, huh? So that was dumb. 6-year-olds have sex. That's another thing that I didn't like. I mean, they're in the bodies of like teenagers, but they're 6, right? You know,
it's still
that's not consistent either. And they're the kids who are like 6, when they're aging, they're gaining wisdom they shouldn't have, right? It's like you need to establish these rules, right? But it keeps flopping back and forth. Like it's not staying consistent with what these kids know and what they don't know as they age, right?
Right. It's like this, like it's like shout out to the Venture Brothers. It's like the beds that Hank and Dean lay in, that they learn information, that they're just like acquiring this information as they're aging.
Yeah. I like that show.
Yeah, shout out to the Venture Brothers.
I like that show.
HBO Max is doing a movie for them, and that's how they're going to close it all, the show out. Please hurry with that. I need more Brock Sampson in my life.
I agree.
Anyway.
So old. Okay. So that's all that is dumb, right?
Yeah.
Again, the sex was awkward, right? Because then she's pregnant, right?
Instantly pregnant. Yeah.
Well, of course, because they're aging rapidly. And then, of course, she births the baby and it dies immediately because
and like that
time works differently there.
But see, that wouldn't make sense, right? Because like, wouldn't the baby start to age?
Oh my God, dude. Okay. So
like, wouldn't it be like a Benjamin Button situation?
I don't know, maybe. So good point. I don't know, and who cares? Because they don't care. The movie doesn't care, right? I think my biggest problem with the movie was that, he may be taking it from the source material, I don't know, but the rate at which they're aging is so fast that these moments are happening so quick for these characters, right? Again, that's in quotes because they're really just occupations with names. They're happening so fast that we're not sitting sitting. Did I say that twice?
Yeah.
We're not sitting with these consequences. We're not, contemplating them. We're not getting to have these characters be in the moments, right? They're happening so fast that this happens, then this happens, and this happens, and this person dies, and this person dies, and this happens, and this happens. And we're like, wait. And I get maybe that's what he was trying to get at, is things are happening too fast, right? It's dumb for a movie, right?
Right.
Because a movie needs to sit with these moments. It needs to have the characters contemplate and process things that are happening around them, and there's not enough time for that in this movie. It's the pacing is atrocious. I don't know how long this graphic novel is, or maybe it's a series of them. I don't know. I will never. Because apparently that kid sex thing is happening in the
graphic novel.
In the graphic novel, yeah.
Really?
Apparently that happened in there. Which take it out. I hate it.
But you'll let Stephen King run a train on Beverly and It.
That's in the book, yeah. Yeah. Did Muschietti put it in the movie or not? No, he didn't, and there's a reason why, right?
Right.
So it's different in literary form somehow. Okay.
So what you're saying is, had the graphic novel done it, and M. Night saw that and was like, yeah, we're not doing
That's
that.
too much for a movie? Yeah. Because again, things are happening so fast, right? And these there is a scene, and I'm sure you know because you watch those things, right? Where the mother of our protagonist, or whatever, the art curator, which is what she is, she has a tumor, right? And they cut it open. They
pry,
and they have to hold her wound open so it won't close because again, things move very fast and wounds heal very fast because it's accelerated rate, whatever. And they take it out, right? And it's the fucking size of like a small ball or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like a fucking tangerine.
Yeah, and that's something that they bring up in the pitch meeting. It's like, wait, wouldn't the germs from their hands and her open wound get into her brain and cause something else?
Because she cuts the guy with a rusty knife and he dies
from
whatever,
like tetanus or something
or whatever, right? Like it poisons his bloodstream. You know what I mean? And so yes, absolutely, it would have if they had followed their own rules, which they don't. But see, that happens, and then almost immediately something else happens, right? Like we're not sitting with the fact that they
just ripped a tumor out of her head and she's
healed
fine.
like that, right? Because of course, like it's just so silly, and it's too much, and it's written very poorly. The dialogue is bad. The acting isn't great.
Yeah, I remember from the pitch meeting they kind of made a joke about.
I'm going around in circles about this, but I just don't like it.
About how like the writing is like, I guess that's how humans talk.
Yeah, that's how humans talk to one another, right? I think so. Yep. It's not. Right? People don't talk like that. And it never brought up why Mid-Sized Sedan isn't dead, even though he was there the night before. Right? He's been on the beach for over
24 hours.
24 hours.
Huh. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Big boy dump. Oh. The twist is it's a pharmaceutical company that they found hundreds of people to keep the secret that they are killing people on this beach, kids included. So
yeah, and M. Night, in Tarantino fashion, is in the movie and is, I guess, the observer, and doesn't wait long enough for the brother and sister.
Yeah.
When they swim out, they figure out that it's the coral
that can protect
this.
them. That can protect them from the effect of the natural effect of the aging process, that they can swim through the coral and it protects them. Whatever, it's stupid.
Well, since he doesn't see them come up, he's like, they're all dead. Nope.
And they are not all dead. Sorry, my phone is going off a lot.
Jeremy just got off of work.
Yeah, I did. And you can tell by what I'm wearing. And my Green Knight vinyl just got shipped. So.
Oh, you bitch.
So that's exciting. Okay, so I'm kind of done shitting on old. It's the worst movie I've seen in a while. Which, I hope it's up for some Razzies. I know that's coming up. I've never cared about that, but I hope it does. I want this movie to fail because it took the place of something that could have been better. You know what I mean? Like, there's only a finite amount of space, Yeah. And there's only a finite amount of money that studios give to movies and filmmakers, and they wasted it on this. And they shouldn't have. So, by the way, Jared Leto's up for a Razzie for House of Gucci, by the way.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
But I thought that movie was going to get like an Oscar nomination or get it. Oh, fucking know.
Oh, dude, we need to talk about Oscar nominations. We'll do it at the end.
All right.
Go ahead.
So my next one. So I was really trying to think about it and think about if I wanted to do a new one, but then I decided I'm gonna keep this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm done, by the way. So I don't have another one.
Okay. So I decided I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay.
And it's from Dusk Till Dawn. I will never get over this. I will never get over.
Oh man.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
God, you hate this movie.
It just.
I get it. You listen. I understand.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So for those of you who've never seen From Dusk Till Dawn,
it's great.
It's from director Robert Rodriguez, and kind of like you with Cameron, Robert Rodriguez has done some really good movies. Okay, Sin City, awesome. What he's done with The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, awesome.
Yeah.
He's not a bad filmmaker. Planet Terror was a really good intentional B movie.
I like Planet Terror.
Really great.
Yeah.
But it just he did this after he did El Mariachi, right? Or was it? Because it's El Mariachi, then Desperado, and then Once Upon a... He did
after Desperado.
So this is after Desperado. Okay. So Desperado. Desperado's a fantastic movie. But it's just and as I said in the original recording, it's like he and Quentin Tarantino, who, if y'all didn't know, they are friends, very close friends. It's like they got in a room together, and he's like, man, I got this idea for a movie, Quentin. Can you help me out with it? And Quentin's like, well, here, I'll tell you what. I'll write the first half of the movie for you. And then you can write the last half. Because the first half of the movie is so good.
Yeah.
So good. Two brothers, George Clooney's, and Quentin Tarantino himself are just these murderous bad guys.
Very bad guys.
Very bad guys. Like George Clooney
is less bad. George Clooney is less bad.
He's less bad, but he's still pretty bad.
But Seth, Quentin Tarantino's
is awful. Yeah, he's the worst.
Real bad.
Yeah,
he rapes and murders.
Yeah, he was gonna rape Jeanette Lewis.
Yes.
Or Juliette Lewis.
But you would have been fine because you hate her. So
yeah, well, I wouldn't have been fine with a rape scene. But I mean, I am fine that she's just like left in Mexico at the end of the movie. But anyway, but like it's so good, you know, and they got to get to Mexico because they're selling something. I don't remember.
I honestly don't either.
And so they hijack this family vacation of Harvey Keitel, Juliette Lewis, and her adopted brother.
Yeah.
And pretty much says, you're going to take us to Mexico, and once our buyer, whoever the fuck, gets what we need, y'all can go.
Yeah.
And
if you're trying to picture the brother, picture the kid from Up. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much that's pretty much it.
And they make it to Mexico, and everything's fine. But then it's actually not. Because their contact told them to go to this strip club. Be like, I'll be there with whatever. And
the Titty Twister.
The Titty Twister. And that's also fucking just so dumb.
It's a rad name.
But, you know, I let that slide. I was like, when I first saw the movie, I was like, you know what, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Because it's a strip club. It's supposed to have some stupid name. But then it just pulls a full 180. And this fucking strip club is run by vampires.
Yeah.
And not like Dracula cool vampires. Like full like bat-esque. Think
yeah, they're like bad human hybrids.
Think Van Helsing.
Oh yeah.
With huge jacked man.
Ooh, that's also not a good movie.
It's not. But Hugh is the silver lining.
I remember liking the video game though.
I never played the video game.
As not a video game guy, I was like, oh, I like.
I never played the video game. Okay. I only liked the movie because of Hugh. Because Hugh, he's the man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And Kate Beckinsale, of course. But anyway. But you so think of that. Think that sort of vampire. Yeah. Like, and it's just like had it been more like Bram Stoker's Dracula sort of. Oh, that's another one. Gary Oldman does like full bat-esque vampire makeup. But like had it been just like fangs, I think I would have been more fine with it. But no, and it just like escalates and everyone like fucking dies except for George Clooney and Juliette Lewis. And it just like, and then like Harvey Keitel gets turned into a vampire and Juliette Lewis has no choice but to kill him. And it's just,
oh, that was tough. That was a tough scene.
Oh my God.
That was a tough scene.
Bad. Well, so, I mean, George Clooney had to do the same thing to Quentin Tarantino. Well, actually, no, he thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And then he comes back as a vampire and then he has no choice but to kill him.
Tough scene.
It's
now, now I will tell you, I do like this movie very much. Now
I know you do.
I know. So I will tell you the thing I hate about From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
And it is, and I cannot believe Quentin gets people to do this for him, women, is he got to do his foot fetish thing by sticking her foot in his mouth. Do you remember this? Salma Hayek pours booze down her leg.
Oh yeah.
And she sticks her foot in his mouth.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, dude, he's like fucking J and his D right there, homie. He loves that stuff. And I think feet are gross.
Shout out to our season 1, episode 1. Yeah, Quentin has a foot fetish.
Ugh. It's awful. And it continues to this day.
I'm surprised Salma was cool with that.
With Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because her feet.
Oh yeah, are like pressed up against the, yeah.
There's so much women feet in that one.
But I think the other thing that really fucking gets me about this is that it's revealed at the very literally last shot of the movie. It's revealed that the Titty Twister strip club is actually built on an old like Aztec temple, so it's always been there.
Yeah.
And so these essentially the vampires have learned with the times. And it's just, oh my God. It's so...
Well, that's why you gotta watch the show for more lore.
No! You know? As you were kind of getting on to me off mic about, you know, the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian and all the lore surrounding Star Wars.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel with...
Yeah, it's lore for made up bullshit.
Yeah, and I've heard the show is actually really good and it's not...
It's pretty good. I've seen a few episodes.
Like cheesy, but I just...
No, okay. Now,
didn't they make a sequel to this?
Oh, they've made a few. Now, those I haven't seen. But the show is all right. I've seen a few episodes of that. Now, I will tell you, I understand. Okay? The reason you hate it is the reason, like, Dad and I love it, is the fact that it pulls that 180. Now I agree that a full movie, a continuation of the Gecko brothers, continuing their quest or whatever the shit, shooting people and fucking, like, you know, ripping people's heart or whatever they're doing, like ripping skin off and wearing it, whatever Seth does. I would be super into that. That I like. I think it's the ridiculousness of the vampires, and on purpose, is why I like it. I think that 180, that sort of that rug being pulled out from under me, I like it.
Well, see, like,
it's silly, and I didn't care enough anyway. I didn't like the beginning as much as you did. I thought it was just okay.
I love the beginning.
I know.
The beginning is so good.
I think if I liked it more, I'd be just as upset as you were.
Especially when they, at the beginning of the movie, they blow up that fucking gas station after they killed the attendant.
Oh, John Hawkes. Shout out to John Hawkes. I think he's one of the most underrated actors of our time. John Hawkes. See Winter's Bone, if you don't believe me. Or Martha, Marcy May Marlene. So go see those. And you'll see what I mean about John Hawkes, man. He's great.
But I just can't let it go, man.
I know
you know, and I like movies that have a 180. You know, shout out to our Parasite episode. The 180 in that,
yes,
is mind blowing.
Yeah,
because you think, oh, it's just this kind of quirky comedy. No, it's a drama. Shit's going down, son.
Shit is going down.
But in this 180, it's just like, like, and I can't forgive it. And like, yeah, cool. Like, I'm happy George Clooney makes it out alive because I love me some George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney.
But like, I can't forgive that.
I understand. Listen, I'll hate old till the day I die. So
you'll hate old until you're old.
Yes.
You'll be on your deathbed and you'll be like, "Fuck him,
fuck him, I'm on for old,"
and then die.
and whatever fucking bullshit he's going to do next. Because again,
I don't know. Given his track record, he'll you know, he usually cranks out like 2 bad movies, and then the next one is fucking awesome.
I really liked The Visit. I thought it was good, and honestly, didn't see that twist coming. Have you seen it?
I know of it.
Okay.
I've never seen it, but I know the twist is that that's not actually their grandparents.
I didn't see it coming. I thought it was great. You know, that was rad, and you know, like he produced it. Devil, when they're in the elevator.
Oh, right.
You know, that was kind of cool, I guess. It was fine. But
I heard a lot of people kind of figured out pretty quickly it was the old woman.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. You know, Logan Marshall Green, I'm a big fan of. And so, like, you know, Logan Marshall Green. See his directorial debut, Adopt a Highway with Ethan Hawke. That one's really good. And see him as an actor in Upgrade. That's also very good. It's a twist on this sci-fi action film. It's very good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is a Lee Wynell movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, shout out to Saw.
Yeah, shout out to Saw. Shout out to Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss. That one's really good. Sorry, I don't want to just shit on movies in this episode, even though
we like movies. Guys.
I like movies, guys. It's just I don't like these. You know.
Well, I think that's enough hating. So you said you wanted to talk about some of the Oscar nominations before we wrap up.
I do
this
because
bonus.
I'm upset. Don't Look Up got nominated for Best Picture, and
really?
not Green Knight.
Really?
Not Tragedy Macbeth. Not Come On. We're so
virtually all the A24 movies that came out.
Yeah, they didn't get picked. I think maybe Tragedy Macbeth doesn't count because it's 2022, I think. But Green Knight counts.
Yeah, Green Knight counts.
And Green Knight didn't get
because
a single nomination.
Because Tragedy Macbeth came out Christmas Day in theaters.
True? Oh, in theaters it was Christmas Day?
And then they put it on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, well then. Okay.
Because I wanted it, even though if I didn't get to see it in theaters, that was fine, but I would rather have seen it in theaters, and I didn't get a chance to.
Of course I would have rather seen it in theaters. It was amazing.
But...
Okay, well, no Oscar noms.
That's wild, man. And why Don't Look Up? I mean, like, I do want to see it, and I've
because it's not that good. It's good.
No. I mean, like, why would they give that one a nomination?
I don't know. And what's funny is I'm seeing the Oscar nominees, like the Best Picture nominees. They use the posters, but they also put the Rotten Tomato score there for some reason.
And Don't Look Up has a rotten score.
Yeah, it has a rotten score, which I think is funny.
Mom says it's great.
It's a good satire. Best Picture of the year?
You don't think so?
Not even fucking
at
close.
Least our boy Andrew Garfield, he's got 2 nominations.
Yeah.
He's got those 2 for Tick Tick Boom and Eyes of Tammy Faye. I'm assuming.
Yeah, Eyes of Tammy Faye, I liked, and Jessica Chastain got that one, because she was good in that. And okay, so I haven't seen a lot of them. These nominees.
I need to look through the list to see which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't.
I am desperate to see Drive My Car. Desperate to see it. It looks amazing. Now, I don't want to say the country of origin because I don't know, and I don't want to say the wrong one. But I'm desperate to see it. It looks so good, and it's up for Best Picture. I just can't believe Come On didn't get a nomination. Power of the Dog got a lot of nominations.
I haven't seen that yet. I've been told it's not the Western you think it is.
I'm halfway through right now, and it's good.
Like I heard some people said like
it's definitely not for everybody.
I've been told that it's really, really good, but it's not the Western that you're gonna that you go into thinking it is.
Dad got through 5 minutes.
And he hated it?
And he said, no, thank you. Because he had just watched The Harder They Fall.
Oh, I gotta watch that
And he
too.
said that was fucking rad. And I was like, all right, so I need to see that for sure. But then he turned on Power of the Dog and goes, nope, too slow, I hate it. And so, I mean, whatever. Like, my cousin Dave, go check out Reviews by Dave on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Go check out Reviews by Dave.
We'll probably put a little blurb up
there.
Sure, in the corner.
Yeah. Go check out his stuff. He's just starting out and he's got a few videos up. He pointed out that for a wide audience, Power of the Dog is not for everybody, right?
Okay.
And so if you're thinking Best Picture of the Year, obviously we want niche movies to be nominated and to get some recognition. So Power of the Dog is great.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I would have never gotten a Ghost Story nominated, right? Like I would have never gotten that dream, right?
Right.
Because it's too niche.
Yeah.
Right. So it's to him, it was very odd that, I mean, Power of the Dog is great. So he says. But for it to get so many nominations is very odd because, I mean, tons of people can see it. It's on Netflix, but.
But then again, the Academy is run by monkeys in suits.
I do have my horse that, I'll bet on for Oscars, but really I've gotten sort of tired of it because
it's never the movie you want, man.
And I didn't even see half the ones from last year. So, I think the last one I was super excited about was Parasite. My horse won. And
it dominated.
Yeah, it did. But that was sort of a slam dunk win. You know what I mean? That wasn't fucking close. The past couple of years have been super weird and it might not be as close. So we shall see. But we'll see. Again, desperate to see Come On. I need to see that.
Yeah.
Even though, fuck you, Academy. My buddy Zach says it's the best movie he's seen in a long time.
Well, it's our boy Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
And foreshadowing, we're going to be talking about a couple of his movies next season.
Yes, we will.
But, Jeremy, would you like to wrap up?
Yes, I would. Again, I know we give shout outs throughout. Go check out Reviews by Dave.
Yep.
My cousin Dave. I want to see if I can come up with some other recommendations because we'll probably take a week or so off.
Yeah, so everyone, in case you missed last week's episode, was our season finale and series finale before midnight. And this technically bonus episode will still be a part of season 6.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take probably about, week or two off.
We need a new logo too.
We gotta make a new logo for season 7, but then we'll be back into season 7. If you missed last week, supersized, yeah. If you missed last week, season 7 is going to be massive, and we're going to be picking movies that we haven't seen. Meaning, I'm going to pick a movie that I haven't seen, but Jeremy might have seen, and vice versa, to keep it kind of fresh.
Yeah. And again, it's an excuse to watch movies myself, and it's an excuse to buy movies if I haven't seen. So, and I have changed my list a little bit. So,
have you added any more Criterion ones or not? Actually, I think I got a notification that said the list changed because you shared it with me.
That's right.
So I can actually see when it changes.
Good, because I think I'm going to make a few more changes. Because I think I put The Lost Daughter on there because I wanted to see it. It's the new Olivia Colman film with Dakota Johnson. Oh. And you know what? I don't know. I do want to see it real bad. And I think I just put it on there as an excuse to see it. But I think I just might watch it on my own.
Okay.
Last Duel, I think I took off. Because these are new movies.
Right.
And of course, like, I haven't seen them. They're new, right?
Right.
They haven't had time. I've heard The Last Duel is amazing. It's like Rashomon. And so, like...
Which one? Last Duel?
The Last Duel, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Ridley Scott had 2 bangers come out in 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, House of Gucci is sort of like that's teetering a line.
It's teetering, but I heard Last Duel was...
Yes, I heard Last Duel was amazing.
Oh, it's because you had Maddie Damon and Benny Affleck.
I mean, I haven't heard of them since Good Will Hunting, so I hope their follow-up is really good.
Could you imagine if like someone came out of a coma only ever seeing Good Will Hunting and it's like, hey, did you check out this new Matt Damon Ben Affleck flick? They made another movie together?
Wow, that's
it's
wild.
Like, my man, they've made a ton of movies. Oh,
yeah?
Oh, shit.
Benny Affleck's had a rise and fall since then, my man.
He's had a rise, fall, rise back up again, and now he's plateauing.
Yeah, he's plateauing.
He said he's hanging up the old cowl after the Flash movie.
Almost drank himself to death, so yeah, it's probably good that he...
Yeah.
See you, man. Excited for next season.
As am I, man.
Excited
because I get to start season 7.
Yes, you do. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, everyone, we hoped you enjoyed season 6. We said it a lot at the end of season 6, but again, thanks for listening.
And shout us out in the comments a movie you hate.
Yeah. Let us know on the Facebook group, in the comments, what movies you hate, or if you hate the ones we hate, or maybe you disagree with us. Maybe you like the movies that we hate.
Yeah, maybe.
And we'll maybe talk about it. I don't know. I haven't decided
If you say you like old, I'm coming after you with both barrels.
He will find where you live.
I will fight you physically.
All right, everyone. Well, we will catch you in a few weeks for season 7.